Question 1. What are the qualities of a gentleman? Work with your partner and complete the following web chart by listing the qualities of a gentleman. Please shown T in the table answer. A gentleman is understanding and definitely considerate for others and their emotions and feelings. Question 2. Based on your discussion above, what do you think the story is about? Answer. Based on the discussion for the question above, it could be said that this story could be about gentlemen or about people who are hardworking, honest, polite, gallant with consideration for others' feelings. Question 3. Now read the story given below. Your teacher will use a variety of techniques for different parts of the story, e.g. silent reading, one student reading aloud to the whole class, students reading in small groups, dramatized reading in small groups. Answer. The student should do by themselves. Question 4a. Based on your reading of the story, answer the following questions by ticking the correct options. The driver did not approve of the author buying fruit from the two boys because a. The boys were untidy and poorly dressed. B. The strawberries were not fresh. C. They were asking for a heavy price. D. The driver did not approve of small boys who worked. Answer. The driver did not approve of the author buying fruit from the two boys because the boys were untidy and poorly dressed. The author was with his driver as they drove through the Alps. They were stopped by two small boys who were selling wild strawberries. That time, the author's driver Luigi warned him to not buy the fruits as he would get better fruits in Verona and because the boys were dressed shabbily. Question 4b. Based on your reading of the story, answer the following questions by ticking the correct options. The author was most impressed by the boys, A. Desire to earn money, B. Willingness to work, C. Ability to perform many tasks, D. Sense of fun. Answer. The author was most impressed by the boys' willingness to work. The author had bought some fruit from the two boys in the Alps and later when he stepped out of his hotel, he also saw them working to shine and polished shoes. The boys told him that they also did jobs other than picking fruits like taking tourists to Juliet's tomb. The author was impressed by how willing the boys were to work and earn money. Question 4c. Based on your reading of the story, answer the following questions by ticking the correct options. Nicola was not pleased when Jacopo asked the author to drive them to Poleta as he a. did not want a stranger to become involved with their plans. B. preferred going to Poleta by train so that he could enjoy the scenery. C. did not want to ask anyone for favors. D. did not want to take help from someone he did not know well. Answer. Nicola was not pleased when Jacopo asked the author to drive them to Poleta as he did not want a stranger to become involved with their plans. When the author told the boys that he would be leaving on Monday and asked if he could do anything for the boys, Nicola shook his head, refusing help, but Jacopo blurted out that the author could take the Nicola and him to Poleta by his car, since they always hired bikes to go there. Nicola was not pleased as the author was a stranger and it might have felt intruding on part of the author. Question 4D. Based on your reading of the story, answer the following questions by ticking the correct options. The author did not go inside Lucia's room as A. He did not want to intrude into their privacy. B. He thought that the boys would object. C. Lucia would not welcome a stranger. D. The boys would feel he was spying on them. Answer. The author did not go inside Lucia's room as he did not want to intrude into their privacy. The author drove Nicola and Jacopo to Poleta by his car to a large red-roofed villa surrounded by a stone wall. They said they won't take longer than an hour and disappeared, and the author followed them after a few minutes. When the author came to know that the boys were visiting their sister, Lucia, he saw them through a door, but he did not go inside as he did not feel like disturbing a private family moment. Question 4A. Based on your reading of the story, answer the following questions by ticking the correct options. The boys were the first to join the resistance movement against the Germans because A. The Germans had hurt their sister. B. The Germans ruled the city. C. The Germans had ruined their family. D. The Germans had destroyed their home. Answer. The boys were the first to join the resistance movement against the Germans because the Germans had ruined their family. When the author saw Nicola and Jacopo were meeting their sister Lucia in a hospital, he asked the nurse about them. The nurse told him that their father was a widower who was a singer, had been killed in the early part of the war. Soon after, their house was destroyed by a bomb and the three of them came into the streets. To keep themselves alive, they built a small shelter from the rubble of their home. As the Germans had completely ruined their family, the boys grew to hate the Germans and were the first to join the resistance movement against them. Question 4F. Based on your reading of the story, answer the following questions by ticking the correct options. The author did not speak to the boys on their return journey because A. He thought the boys would prefer to keep their secret. B. He thought the boys were ashamed of their sister's condition. C. He thought they wouldn't tell him the truth. D. He thought the boys might ask him for money for their sister. Answer. The author did not speak to the boys on their return journey because he thought the boys would prefer to keep their secret. The author had followed Nicola and Jacopo into the hospital where he saw them meeting their sister, Lucia. The nurse told him that the two boys were paying for their sister's treatment. Their family had been destroyed by the war and they had grown to hate the Germans. The boys earned money by doing odd jobs to support their sick sister. The author did not speak to the boys on their return because he thought that they would have liked to keep it all a secret. Question 5. What do you understand by the following statements? We do many things, sir, Nicola answered seriously. He glanced at us hopefully. Answer. Nicola and Jacopo had stopped the author's car near Verona to sell fruit. Later, when the author came out of his hotel, he saw them polishing and shining shoes. The author was surprised to see them there and went up to them and said that he thought they sold fruit for a living. Nicola said that they did many sorts of other jobs too. It showed that the boys were not ashamed of doing small or lowly jobs to earn money. It also showed that they were eager to help the author with any help he needed when he was staying in the hotel. Question 5b. What do you understand by the following statements? He colored deeply under his sunburn, then grew pale. Answer. Once the author saw Nicola and Jacopo resting on the pavement late at night. When the author asked Nicola why they were out so late, he said that they were waiting for the last bus from Padua to sell all their papers. The author asked if they should always work that hard because they looked tired, but Nicola said that they were not complaining. The next morning when the author went to them to get his shoes shined, he said to Nicola that the way he had seen Nicola and Jacopo work, they must have earned quite some money. The author also observed that they did not spend money on clothes and had a simple diet for their meals. He asked Nicola what he did with his money. After hearing what the author had said, he turned uneasy and colored deeply under his sunburn and grew pale. Question 5. C. What do you understand by the following statements? He smiled uncomfortably. Just plans, sir, he answered in a low voice. Answer. One morning when the author went to Nicola and Jacopo to get his shoes shined, he said to Nicola that the way he had seen Nicola and Jacopo work, they must have earned quite some money. The author also observed that they did not spend money on clothes and had a simple diet for their meals. He asked Nicola what he did with his money. After hearing what the author had said, he turned uneasy and colored deeply under his sunburn and grew pale. The author then asked him if he was planning to immigrate to the States. Nicola said that they would like to go to States, but they had some current plans in the place where they were. Question 5. D. What do you understand by the following statements? Yet in both these boyish faces there was a seriousness which was far beyond their years. Answer. When the author saw Nicola and Jacopo shining and polishing shoes outside the hotel, He was surprised and said to them that he thought they sold fruit for a living. Nicola told him that they did many kinds of jobs like taking the tourists to Juliet's tomb and other tourist attractions. The author told Nicola to take them to the tourist places. The author observed Nicola and Jacopo carefully and thought that even though they were very innocent, their faces reflected seriousness and maturity that should be possessing in their later years. Question 6a. Answer the following questions briefly. Why didn't Luigi, the driver, approve of the two boys? Answer. Luigi, the author's driver, did not approve of the two boys because they looked shabby and were not dressed properly. Nicola wore an old jersey and cut-off khaki pants, whereas Jacopo wore a short and army tunic, gathered on his skinny body in folds. Question 6. B. Answer the following questions briefly. Why were the author and his companion impressed by the two boys? Answer. The author and his companion were impressed by the two boys because they were both very young, yet showed determination to work all sorts of jobs and run errands to earn money. Question 6. C. Answer the following questions briefly. Why was the author surprised to see Nicola and Jacopo working as shoeshine boys? Answer. The author was surprised to see Nicola and Jacopo working as shoeshine boys outside the hotel, because he thought that they only sold fruits for a living. Question 6. D. Answer the following questions briefly. How were the boys useful to the author? Answer. The boys did all sorts of small jobs to earn money, like getting a pack of American cigarettes, getting seats for the opera, or telling the author about the best restaurants in the surrounding area. Thus, they were useful to the author in many different ways. Question 6. A. Answer the following questions briefly. Why were the boys in the deserted square at night? What character traits do they exhibit? Answer. The boys were in the deserted square at night because they were waiting for the last bus from Padua to sell all their papers. They exhibit character traits like determination, hard work and simplicity. They are ready to do menial jobs to earn money at a young age. Question 6. F. Answer the following questions briefly. The author asks the boys, "Must you work so hard? You both look rather tired." The boys reply, "We are not complaining, sir." What do you learn about the boys from their reply? Answer. When Nicola replied to the author saying that they were not complaining about having to work hard, we understand that even at a very young age, both the boys were mature and determined to earn money. Question 6. G. Answer the following questions briefly. When the author asks the boys about their plans, they are evasive. Why don't they disclose their problems? Answer. When the author asked Nicola about what he was going to do with his money, He refused to answer clearly about his future plans. The boys did not feel it to be right to disclose their problems to a complete stranger. They do not want help from anyone and are able to manage their financial issues by themselves. Question 7a. Discuss the following questions and write the answers in your notebook. Appearances are deceptive. Discussed with reference to the two boys. Answer. The statement, appearances are deceptive, is very true when it comes to the two boys, Nicola and Jacopo. The author had bought wild strawberries from them, even when his driver Luigi advised him against it, after taking into account the shabby appearance and CE of the two boys. After that, he was surprised to see the boys working different types of jobs like polishing and shining shoes. He also noticed that the boys did not spend money on clothes or food as they had a simple diet of black bread of a few figs. He thought that the boys were saving money to immigrate to the United States of America. But later he saw them visiting their sister in the hospital. They had been earning money to pay for the treatment of their sister. It can thus be said that appearances are deceptive. The boys were not saving money for themselves, but they were selflessly earning to afford their sister's treatment. Question 7b. Discuss the following questions and write the answers in your notebook. Do you think the boys looked after Lucia willingly? Give reasons for your answer. Answer: yes, the boys looked after Lucia willingly. Their family was ruined due to the war. Nicola and Jacopo did odd jobs to earn money. They did not spend a lot of the money on themselves, but instead used the money for their sister Lucia's treatment. Lucia was the only family the boys had left, as their father had died in the early part of the war. Nicola and Jacopo were earning money for their sister's treatment and not for themselves, which shows how much they loved their sister. So, it can be said that the boys were looking after Lucia willingly. Question 7c. Discuss the following questions and write the answers in your notebook. How does the story, Two Gentlemen of Verona, promise hope for society? Answer: the story, Two Gentlemen of Verona, by A. J. Cronin is a heart-touching story about two small boys who work hard and honestly to earn money to pay for their sister's treatment. Through the hardships that the two boys face, the message of the story can be derived, which is that one can be successful, if one does not lose hope. From the way in which Nicola and Jacopo work and earn selflessly to pay for their sister's treatment, it can be seen that humanity still exists. If a 13-year-old and a 12-year-old boy can be so selfless and exhibit humanity, they set an example for the world to follow and spread humanity, for the greater good of the world. Question 8. Look at the italic words in the following examples. A. We bought their biggest basket, then set off toward town. B. One night we came upon them in the windy and deserted square. C. He bit his lip, then in a rather put-out tone he said, "Very well." D. I shook my head and turned away. Here are a few more. Match the phrases to their meanings. Now use the phrases given above to complete the following sentences. 1. The landlord was suspicious of the two men staying in his flat, so he called the police on them. 2. Early in the morning we packed our bags and for a hike over the mountain. 3. Janvi, old trunk, some photographs of her grandfather in The. 4. My father, his own business 10 years ago. 5. The bank, Paul's request for a loan. 6. The corporation's decision to reduce the leave of the employees. A lot of opposition. Answer. 1. The landlord was suspicious of the two men staying in his flat, so he called the police and turned them in. 2. Early in the morning we packed our bags and set off for a hike over the mountain. 3. Janvi came across some photographs of her grandfather in the old trunk. 4. My father set up his own business 10 years ago. 5. The bank turned down Paul's request for a loan. 6. The corporation's decision to reduce the leave of the employees come up against a lot of opposition. Question 9. Two Gentlemen of Verona is written in the first person. A story written in the first person is a first-hand account of events told or narrated through the eyes of a single character, typically the main character. Stories written in the first person are easily identified by the use of the pronoun I, rather than he or she. The reader will see phrases such as, I said, I thought, rather than, he said, she thought. Everything is experienced through the eyes of a single character, and all thoughts and observations are limited to that one person. There can be no outside observer. If the author does not see or experience an event firsthand, it cannot be a part of the story. All scenes in the story are filtered through this person's unique perception. The third person is a narrative mode in which both the reader and author observe the situation either through the senses and thoughts of more than one character, or through an overarching godlike perspective that sees and knows everything that happens and everything the characters are thinking. In this mode of narration, the author can tell the reader things that the main character does not know, or things that none of the characters know. Rewrite any part of the story you like in the third person. Answer. In the week that followed, the Cronin and his companion saw the two brothers frequently, as Nicola and Jacopo proved to be extremely useful to them. If they wanted a pack of American cigarettes, or seats for the opera, or the name of a good restaurant, Nicola and Jacopo could be relied upon to satisfy the needs of Cronan and his companion. What stunned people the most was that the two brothers were always willing to work. In the summer, on hot days, Nicola and Jacopo shined shoes, sold fruit, hawked newspapers, conducted tourists round the town and ran errands. One night, Cronan and his friend came across the two brothers in the windy and deserted square, resting on the stone pavement below the lights. When Nicola saw Cronan come towards him, he sat upright. He looked quite worn out and tired. There was a bundle of newspapers lying near him and Jacopo was sleeping as he rested his head on Nicola's shoulder. It was almost midnight. Cronan asked him, "Why are you so out late, Nicola?" "Waiting for the last bus from Padua," he replied. "We shall sell all our paper when it comes in." Cronan looked surprised by the hard work the boys were putting in. He asked Nicola, "Must you work so hard? You both look rather tired." "We are not complaining, sir," he replied instantly. Question 10. The author realizes why Nicola and Jacopo work so hard. Yet he does not go in to meet their sister nor does he speak to them about what he learns from the nurse. Working in groups, discuss the following aspects of the story and share your views with the class. The love and devotion, and the family values Nicola and Jacopo display. Answer. Nicola and Jacopo showed real love, devotion and the importance of family values. The two brothers worked for as much time as they could to pay for their sister's medical treatment who was sick. They were determined to earn money and worked small, menial jobs to do so, just so that their sister might get cured. Question 10b. The author realizes why Nicola and Jacopo worked so hard. Yet he does not go in to meet their sister nor does he speak to them about what he learns from the nurse. Working in groups, discuss the following aspects of the story and share your views with the class. Their pride in themselves and their family. Answer. Even if the two brothers were not rich, they had their dignity intact. They needed money to pay for their sister's treatment. Nicola and Jacopo worked hard by doing small, odd jobs and running errands to earn money and pay for the treatment. They had pride in themselves and they did not beg or ask anyone to help them financially, but earned money on their own, even if they were very young. Question 10c. The author realizes why Nicola and Jacopo work so hard. Yet he does not go in to meet their sister nor does he speak to them about what he learns from the nurse. Working in groups, discuss the following aspects of the story and share your views with the class. The trust they place in the author. Answer. The author realizes why Nicola and Jacopo work so hard. Yet he does not go in to meet their sister, nor does he speak to them about what he learns from the nurse. Working in groups, discuss the following aspects of the story and share your views with the class. The trust they place in the author. Question 10d. The author realizes why Nicola and Jacopo worked so hard. Yet he does not go in to meet their sister, nor does he speak to them about what he learns from the nurse. Working in groups, discuss the following aspects of the story and share your views with the class. The reason the author does not disclose to them that he knows their secret. Answer. The author had seen the two brothers meeting their sister through the vestibule. He came to know about their story from a nurse in the hospital. Their father had died and their house had been destroyed. Their sister had fallen ill and they paid for her treatment by working small, odd jobs selflessly. The author did not disclose to them that he knew about their secret because he had sensed that were reluctant to tell him about it, and they had suggested that he spend time in a cafe in the village. Moreover, it was a private matter of their family, in which an outsider like himself should not interfere. Question 11. Is the author write an article on the lesson of love, faith and trust that you have learned from the two young boys of Verona? Answer. The young gentleman today. I returned back home from my recent trip to Verona. By far, this trip has left me stunned and shook by what I experienced there. Never had I dreamt that I would learn about love, faith and trust from two small children. I met two small boys, around 13 and 12 years old, when I was in Verona. They were brothers. I saw them working for small and menial jobs, all through the day. They were not clothed well and did not even spend a lot of money on their food. I was really curious by these hard-working boys who were determined to earn money at such a young age. At first, I thought that they were saving money to immigrate to the States. When I asked the elder brother Nicola about it, he seemed reluctant to tell about it. I told them that I was leaving Verona soon and asked if I could do anything for them. The younger brother, Jacopo, immediately asked if I could give them a ride to Poleta, but Nicola seemed annoyed. After I assured Nicola that it would not be a problem for me, he reluctantly agreed. When I took them to where they asked me, we came across a red villa with a stone wall around it. They told me that I could go to a cafe in the village nearby and that they would be back in an hour. I followed them after some time, curiosity getting the best of me. I saw them talking with a young woman from the vestibule. I asked a nurse nearby about them and she told me about the devastating past of their family. Their family had been ruined by the Germans during the war and now their sister was sick. They worked to pay for their sister's treatment. I was so shocked. What these brothers were doing was so selfless. Their sister was the only family they had. They were taking care of her. Never had I ever seen such love and faith. These children were earning money just so that their sister would be able to walk on her own feet again. They were not doing it for themselves. That day I realized that the humanity in the world was not over, and never would be. I was really glad that beautiful souls like them had put their faith and trust in me to bring them to their sister. If small children like Nicola and Jacopo can display selfless affection and humanity, then so can many other people in the world. The hope for humanity has clearly not died. Question 12. After her brother's visit, Lucia writes a page in her diary about her past life and her present situation. As Lucia writes the diary entry in about 150 words. Answer. Date the 14th of January 1953. Day, Wednesday. Time, midday. Dear Diary. Today was the amazing day when I got to meet my Nicola and Jacopo. I keep waiting for Sundays, because they are the only days when I get to meet my dear brothers. I do not know what I have done to have such amazing brothers. Where the older siblings should take care of the younger siblings, these two have been taking care of me since I went down with tuberculosis. They have been my only family and my world since father died. I know Nicola and Jacopo must be working really hard to afford this kind of treatment for me. They say I should not think about anything else, but about how I am recovering fast. Every time when they leave after meeting me, I remain anxious for the rest of the week, worried for them. Oh, how I wish I could just skip the rest of the days of the week and jump to the next Sunday. I miss them already. How am I ever going to repay them? I have been blessed with brothers like them. Lao. Lucia. Question 13. Listen to an excerpt from the diary of a 13-year-old girl Zlata Filipovic who writes of the horrors of war in Sarajevo in her book Zlata's Diary. Based on your listening of the passage, complete the following statements. 1. The first sign of approaching war was. 2. The family went into the cellar when. 3. The awful cellar was the only place that could save their lives because. 4. Zlata's friend, Nina, died when. 5. Zlata and her father were worried about her mother's safety because. Answer. The student must try by themselves.